I've been sitting trying to fix this for the last 10 minutes. Okay, hi. I just decided to turn this camera on because I realised that like my private stories, all my pals, even people that I'm not friends with, are like, I love your private story. I'll tell you why. It's because I rant and I talk about everything. Like, I'm the type of person where I will openly talk about anything you want. I don't really have a filter, to be honest, which I suppose is a good thing, and I love to have a cheeky conversation about, you know, anything. What would be fun, because I can't think of like video ideas, because I'm just like, you'd think because I'm a creative I could think of ideas. My life's pretty boring right now, so there's nothing much that I can film. Why don't I talk about like love life, my love life? Not necessarily like specific to me, I just mean things that I've learned, things that I wish didn't happen, things that I wish did happen, things that I would change, that sort of thing. Also, I'm slightly ill right now, but I think everybody is in the world, honestly. My voice is a little bit deeper. So I'm wearing my glasses. Don't ask me why, I probably shouldn't be, but do you know what? It's setting the vibe. Can you see my reflection? Oh no, I am blind. Anyway, usually my private stories can be like long. I think today's one's maybe like 20 minutes long, because it's just me talking about my situation right now, everything that's went on and how I feel and shit. I'm kind of going to do the same thing here, but more generalised and less about the other people, because it's not really my business to say their business, you know, to be respectful and all that. What's the first thing that I could talk about? I should probably actually get people to ask me questions, but I really don't have an actual follower base, so that wouldn't work right now. Maybe I can make it a series. Maybe I can get some people that enjoy listening to me talk. Or the thing that's on my mind right now or recently has been like my happiness, self-care, self-love, like that sort of thing. And I feel like recently it has been pretty low. And I will say probably from the last day or 2 days, I've realised it came from the situation that I was in and the people I was surrounding myself with. A certain person that I was surrounding myself with, which I hate, but it's the truth. I think it has nothing, well, not nothing, but I don't think it has much to do with like that person rather than situation and my mental state and her state, you know, that sort of thing. A lot of the time it is the situation, and it's not just one factor, it's many factors put together that makes a situation turn bad. I've really lost myself. Like, I have been on a long journey with mental health and my confidence and anxiety and things like that. Since I left school, my last few years have been like really good. Obviously you have your downfalls here and there, but on the most part I've been pretty solid. Recently, not so much. It's finding the time to put all the energy into me and not somebody else, which I feel like I was doing, not even consciously. I feel like it kind of just was like I wanted that person, so I'm gonna put all my energy into that person, even though my head knew that I needed to focus on myself and my mental health. And this, like, I'm going between jobs right now. I'm leaving my first ever job, my job that I've had for 1.5 years, and I'm moving on to a new full-time job for something that I've never done before in my life. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's a pretty big deal in my opinion. Probably should be focusing on that, which I am now, because I start in a week. That's so scary. I start a new job in a week. Until the last few days I had not been focusing on myself. I was not my first priority. I hate that it came to that, because it's so unhealthy and it's so toxic from my side. Because a lot of people could say, well, you were in love or you had feelings, so that kind of took over and you can't really control that sort of thing. And yeah, I agree with that, but you do have control to a certain extent, and I think I'll let myself lose that. Now is my time to just hammer in on getting myself into a routine every day, starting to eat healthier, starting to like look after myself, treating myself better, more quality time with my friends. Like, I feel like I really haven't had that recently, because I mean, I literally put this person first above everything. This is so bad, and if one of my friends told me they'd done this, I'd be like, what the hell? I meant to go on a night out a few weeks ago, and me and this person were arguing, and they said, come over to my place and we'll sort it out. And I did, and completely threw off plans. I ruined 2 plans with 2 different people because of this. I mean, that should have been my first red flag. The fact that I just up and left my life to go and like try and sort this out. They were prioritising themselves and their situation, and I was not. And so like yesterday and today, I really like came to the terms with the fact that like this is me time. I deserve me time. I'm trying to build up my self-confidence again, because I mean, I really hated myself. Honestly, it was to the point where I was like, my inner thoughts were like, why on earth did I have friends? Why are these amazing people friends with me? Because I just could not see a reason why. And I think it's because the situation with that person, that all we were doing, our entire relationship, was just arguing constantly about different things and disagreeing, and them not wanting me in the way I wanted them, and this, that and the next thing. It was one thing after another, and neither of us had time to breathe. So I just started thinking negatively of myself, because, well, if she doesn't want me, then why? And then I started looking at me and reasons why she didn't want me, because of me and not because of the situation, or because of her circumstances and my circumstances and life really that was going on. I'd love to just like start like weekly chats or something where I just talk shit about my week and like what's going on and thoughts and stuff. I mean, this is literally just me putting my private story on the internet for everybody to watch. It's like putting my private story on my main Snapchat story. Where my head's at right now, I would say that I'm actually in a really good place today compared to where I was last week or even a few days ago, which I have my 2 best friends to thank for, and countless other people that have been really supportive and stuff. Oh no, someone's coming upstairs. Okay, we're back. I had to take a brief intermission because someone came upstairs and I was not having them walk in on me like this. I was talking about, I literally can't remember what I was talking about. It was like 10 minutes ago. I pretty much am like taking this time to focus on me and me only. I was saying I was gonna like make it like a weekly thing maybe, and people cared enough that I would like talk about just things. Next week I can talk about starting my new job, or like the week, no, because it'll be the week after. Yeah, we'll see. Another thing I was going to talk about is that people, including myself, serve a purpose, and sometimes that purpose has to end. So you have a good time with someone for like a certain amount of time, and then it kind of ends, content with how it ends. I feel like that's how I feel right now. I'm content with the timing and when it's ending, and I'm glad it didn't end this way earlier, because I think it would have been like a worse situation. I feel like it was kind of just waiting to end, if that makes sense. But I feel like that can apply to a lot of different things. I apply that to a friendship I had years ago. We were best friends for years. Did everything together. Like COVID happened and we kind of drifted, and I left school, and that was kind of the end of it. And at that point I was like content with the ending, because my mindset when I left school was, when I leave I'm not talking to anyone, because I felt like it was such a toxic environment, and I wanted to grow and become a new person and meet new people. People are in your life at a certain time for a certain reason, and you don't just accidentally meet people. Everything falls into place the way it should, when it should. If I hadn't messaged her off a whim to be like, I miss you, months ago, none of this would have ever happened. Like my entire summer would have been completely different. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it just would have been like different. It wouldn't have been how it was. And I think I've actually grown as a person. I feel like I experienced, this was probably one of the best summers, coming close to 2019 summer. Maybe not as good as 2019 summer, but it was pretty, I think it was pretty good. I mean, I travelled a lot, I did some really cool things. Car night was cool. There were like main character moments. Another thing is like, I spend, and you spend, and everybody spends all day every day with themselves. You kind of are the most important, or you should be the most important person to yourself. But my mind was so caught up in wanting, it was all what ifs and wanting things, that's when it became toxic. See, when it went from being oh, this is happening right now, this relationship is happening right now, I'm in the moment. It was healthy then, became what if this, what if that, why are we not like this anymore, this, like, I overthought the situation so much, so often, that it became toxic and I became angry. And I'm not necessarily proud of that. No, obviously you wouldn't be proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that I can express my negative emotions better, because I never used to. I was terrified of saying anything negative about anyone to the person. I was terrified of it. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to talk about because I didn't really think this through. I kind of just spontaneously turned the camera on. What else can I talk about? Oh, I can show you. This is Toby. So, this is Toby. I painted him. He's so cute. He's Terry's brother, my tattoo Terry. The turtle. It's his brother. Toby, I painted Toby at a pottery date with the person we've just been talking about this full video. He's so cute. He's so cute, honestly. I love it so much. I didn't realise I actually have a fascination with turtles, because I have two like turtle things up here. I have a tattoo of a turtle and I have now a turtle painted. Yeah, I'm gonna make a mental health video soon. I just haven't really gotten round to, I mean, I'm now just starting to like come out of a depression that hit me really hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, like it was pretty rough. I'm starting to take control of my life again. You don't realise how bad it is until like it's bad again. Like you can't control that. You definitely can't control it, but once you're in that mindset, it's so much harder to see clearly and see positively. And the way I see it, you fall into like a comfort. I was not feeling great within myself for a very long period of time, years ago, very long period of time, and that was like my comfort for a long time, because I never knew how to be happy on my own or within myself. It always came from other people. It was really hard for me to get out of that because I didn't know how to. And obviously the last few years I've experienced like growing up and maturing and throwing myself outside the box with many different things, kind of how it shocked me how quickly I can go back to that mindset. A wake-up call that you need to look after yourself in order to keep the positive mindset. What's that saying? Keep the, well, you know what I mean. Keeping everything going round nicely, basically. That's really going to annoy me now. Keep the cycle going. That's definitely not it, but it's the closest thing I can get. Keep the cycle going nicely, at a smooth pace. The moral of this little chit chat with me and you, the viewer, is that life can be weird. Take care of yourself. Take it easy. Don't take life too seriously. Not everybody has it together, and everybody is at a different pace in their life, and not everybody like has successes as quickly as other people, and sometimes those successes can happen way later in life and they're just as important as if you had the success at 18. Do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's kind of my takeaway, is that to take time to look after yourself and do the things that you enjoy and the things that bring you happiness and comfort. Stay in touch with your friends and make sure you're prioritising them and yourself and those relationships that make you happy. Another thing, to spend more time with your family and appreciate them for everything they do and the sacrifices they've given their entire lives for you, and that they're only doing the best that they can, and sometimes that to you may not be the best, but to them it is. Appreciate yourself, appreciate everyone around you, appreciate life and the highs and the lows, and appreciate everything you have and everything you desire to have and your future goals and everything. I'm really just in a spiritual mood tonight. Mercury retrograde ending has been fan-fucking-tastic. That must have hit me hard. I'm gonna blame my entire September on Mercury retrograde, even though I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I literally have no idea about astrology, but I'm just gonna blame it on that because everybody else on TikTok is saying that this retrograde was pish, so I'm gonna go along with that. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. I've been talking for 14 minutes straight. Jesus. Right, okay. I'm glad you watched. If you've made it to the end. If you made it to the end, hi. Betty or Amy. That's the only person that's made it to the end, I'm telling you. Good night. Good night all. POV. You bought an extension cable to export videos from your camera to your computer, but it doesn't fit because stupid Apple decided to get rid of the USB ports. Why? And now I need to order another extension cable.